Welcome back to Rare Still Life podcast, where a Catholic mom, a rare INTP, tries to make sense of the world, the church, motherhood, and her brain all at once. This is a space for deep thought, long pauses, honest questions, and maybe a few too many theology books on the nightstand. Today's episode is called The Rare Female INTP Catholic Mom Survival Guide, or How to Love Deeply, Question Everything, and Still Get the Kids in Bed eventually. So here's the thing. I'm not your typical mom. I'm not even your typical Catholic mom. And apparently, I'm not even the typical INTP either, because I actually believe in God, which surprises a lot of people. INTPs are supposed to be skeptical, analytical, and allergic to institutions. But here I am, reciting the Nicene Creed with conviction and teaching my kids about the Eucharist, while quietly spiraling about how wild it is that bread becomes God. And somehow it feels like the most honest version of myself I've ever been. So here's the guide. Your brain is a cathedral under construction. You don't think in straight lines. You think in systems, spirals, concept connecting to other concepts. Your brain is like a cathedral that's always being renovated, and that's okay. Faith doesn't have to be a finished product. It just has to be yours. You're not too logical for faith. You're faithful because you question everything. You didn't inherit your faith. You investigated. You didn't settle. You studied. And when you believed, it wasn't a reaction. It was a decision. You love your kids deeply, even if you forget their sock sizes. You might not be the most outwardly warm mom, but you love fiercely, just internally. You show love by encouraging their curiosity, letting them ask wild questions, telling them the truth, even when it's complicated. You probably taught your toddler the word transubstantiation. You've got a kid who knows who St. Thomas Aquinas is. You're doing great. You feel everything, even if you don't always show it. People think you're cold sometimes, or distant. But your heart, it's like a chapel lit with candles. Quiet, steady, burning. You cry during adoration when no one's looking. You forgive slowly, but completely. You love people who don't always make sense to love. Burnout is real when you're managing everyone else's emotions. You don't mind your own mess. You mind everyone else's emotional static. That's when you want to run away to a cabin with your theology books and noise-canceling headphones. But you stay. You breathe. You serve. You give your family something priceless. A mother who teaches them how to be calm, thoughtful, kind, and kind on purpose. Prayer is real, even if it's not always emotional. You might not cry every time you pray. You might not feel anything, but you show up. You pray like a philosopher. What did you mean by this, Lord? Help me understand. I'm still here. That's the kind of prayer God loves. God gave you this brain on purpose. You were made for deep thought. You were made to build bridges between truth and wonder. Your mind isn't a mistake. It's a tool. It's a gift. And maybe, just maybe, your kids were given to you because God knew they need a mom like this. So, if you're listening to this and thinking, am I the only one like this? You're not. There are more of us out here, quiet, reflective, deep-thinking Catholic moms trying to raise our children and our hearts to the heaven, one late night theology search at a time. This podcast is for us. Thanks for being here. If this episode made you feel seen, maybe share it with a friend or save it for the days you need to remember who you are. Until next time, keep questioning, keep praying, and don't forget to reheat your coffee.
The Lord your God is with you, the mighty warrior who saves. He will take great delight in you. In his love, he will no longer rebuke you, but will rejoice over you with singing. Zephaniah 3:17. Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and see my hands, and bring your hand and put it into my side. And do not be unbelieving, but believe." Thomas answered and said to him, "My Lord and my God." John 20:27-28. Be who God meant you to be, and you will set the world on fire. St. Catherine of Siena.